Alrighty, so back at the research guide, let's look at the MLA International Bibliography real quick here. And this is a pretty standard tool for literary studies. Alrighty, so let's start by entering the name of the work. I'm going to do something a little bit different here. I'm going to put the name of the work. I'm also going to leave the first "the" off, so I'm just going to say Ring and the Book. And the reason why I'm doing this, this is a strategy called phrase searching, and it tells the database I want these exact words in this exact order. So when you have a phrase together, and we know that phrase should show up that way, doing it that is going to make it much more precise. Okay, let me introduce another little trick here, and I'm going to go ahead and use the "and" again, but I'm going to add something to it here. Because I'm not totally sure whether gender or women will work better here, one of the things we can do is we can include them both. Okay, so I've got gender or women, and that's telling the database, right? If we want to think of it in a linear way, it's going to go through, find everything that has Ring in the Book, and then going to look for everything that has either gender or women. Now, the reason why I've put this in parentheses, if you want to think about it in terms of mathematics, right, we can think this is a grouping step, right? If you think of math, right, 5 times 3 plus 4 is 19, right? But if we put parentheses around the 3 and the 4, that changes the answer, right? 5 times parentheses 3 plus 4 is 35, since 3 plus 4 equals 7, so it ends up being 5 times 7, right? So what we're doing by grouping like this is we're changing the logic. I don't have time to go into all of this. Wish I did, but I don't. So when we do this search, right, we get 16 results. Not the same 16 as the other one, right? Different databases are going to have different results, so it's a good idea to check multiple databases. All right, one of the tricks with MLA to understand is that we usually need to go through one more step. Sometimes they will have what's called linked full text, and that means there will be a link out to another database that has the full text. Looking through this, I'm not seeing any linked full text in this search, so we have to kind of go with what we've got here. We've got two options. One is check for SMU full text or request via interlibrary loan. This first one, check for SMU full text, is going to take us back to Saint Search, the general library catalog, to see if we might have access to the article through a different database. Now, one of the things that's a little bit difficult right now is this tool is working a little bit inconsistently. So I like to just say, to make sure it works well, go ahead and grab the title, go ahead and highlight it, copy it, then come back to the library's home page, go to Saint Search, right? Here's where the quotation marks can be helpful again, because we want those exact words in that exact order, the title, and then we'll do a search. Alrighty, so in this case, right, no records were found, so we don't have access to this particular article. But if it is an article that does seem interesting to us, all is not lost. Let's come back to the article here, and we can either do it here or from the results screen. Either way, it's fine. Go ahead and click request via interlibrary loan. Now what will happen here is it will take us to a tool that will put out a request for to other libraries. You start here simply by signing in. Alrighty, and when you do this, it'll take you into the Interlibrary Loan Request tool. It will populate, when you do this from a database, it'll populate the information that you'll need. Couple things to note here. Most all of this information will be here. One of the things I like to do is just check on the issue number. See if there's an issue number. Doesn't always have an issue. Sometimes it just has a volume. The other thing I've noticed is that sometimes the page number won't come through, and that has to do with the descriptive data about the file. It's not, again, it's not your fault, but it's relies out there elsewhere. If it comes in without a page number, go ahead and then just come back, and you just at least need the first page. You don't need the full page range. This one, they just pulled in the first page. That's fine, and it'll work there. Then you hit submit request, and a request for this article will go out to cooperating libraries, and if that first round doesn't work, then it'll go out nationwide, and libraries will send back a PDF to us as users, and we'll get an email with a link to the article. Go ahead and download the article the first time you access it. You have access to the PDF for 2 weeks or 5 views, and I've known students and staff members, I think, as well, who've just looked at it but haven't downloaded it, and then they lost access to it. So just download it that first time and you have access to it. Okay, let's go ahead and look at Arts and Humanities. Alrighty, here we are back at the research guide again. Arts and Humanities Full Text is a product from a different vendor, a different company. This is set up a little bit differently, but it still basically works very similarly. I'm just going to this is the advanced search screen. I'm going to just show you how to use this really quickly and basically. I wish I had more time to talk about the more advanced functions, which actually do make research easier, but we're just going to keep focus for now. So go ahead and put in ring in the book again in quotation marks. Again, want this exact phrase. And we'll go ahead and put in gender or women. Now, I'm going to set this up right here to show this. With an advanced search screen, we could split it up this way and change the operator here from and to or and put women down here and keep gender up here. We could do that. I'm going to go ahead and keep it on a single line for right now, but I want to just show you that that is a possibility. And go ahead and hit search. Alrighty, wow, not a whole lot here. Wow, this is really a pretty restricted search. 2 articles in Victorian Studies. This first one would not be a usable source because it's a book review, and so it's really not about the ring in the book, but it's about a book about it. But the second one would work. Masculinity in 4 Victorian epics, definitely about gender issues. We have the same options going in this database. This one, luckily, we have access to the PDF. I'm going to display the PDF, but you can go ahead and download it. Again, grab the PDF if you have that option. Oh, you know what? Looking at this is also another book review. So this wouldn't be very helpful either. And that's a good teaching moment. Some databases are going to be more useful than others. Right? This particular search didn't have a whole lot, but the other 2 databases did. So when you're doing searching, make sure you do check multiple databases. It's always rewarding to do that, simply because databases from competing companies they're not always going to have the same things. Okay, so this has been I've tried to show you kind of 3 different databases that you could use and show you some search techniques in those databases, search tips and techniques. As you are pulling information for your papers, please don't hesitate to contact me. My contact information is right here. I will be more than happy to try to help you locate usable articles for your paper. Alrighty, good luck. Stay safe, stay well. We miss being with you students. We look forward to when we get to be with you again. Ciao.